Get on me. Hey, how the fuck are we? That's right. I'm going to be thrown off the air in the first 30 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and countrymen, lend me your ears, your eyes, your thoughts. I like to say, I like all the early support that I've been getting on the, what do they call this? The socials, whatever we're calling it today. This show is completely different. I've banned all sports and I banned all politics. I don't want to talk about this shit. I don't care anymore. I'm 60 years old. I had an epiphany. I don't care. A lot of you who have known me probably thought I didn't care in 1988, but I cared. So, hey, my name's Eddie Geik. I created this podcast called I Heard Things, basically because one of my favorite lines is from Raging Bull, and De Niro says, I heard things. As you can see, it's in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. We're working through the technology bugs, and I'll introduce everybody that's going to be involved with this wonderful project. But right here's the scene I'm talking about. Now, I hope it's got some movement, but if it doesn't, it's got audio.
That's not what I heard, Joe.
What do you mean that's not what you heard?
That's not what I heard.
What'd you hear?
I heard some things.
Yeah,
I heard things, Joey.
Hey, Jack. Don't
Joe.
start your shit. No, really, don't start.
Joey, I heard things.
What things you heard?
I heard some things.
Hey, you heard things.
There you go. So you heard.
Well, don't lie to me.
All right, that's good enough. That's fine. That's fine. We got. Oh, I got to go into my my YouTube thing to see how many people I got in this thing. 4 people. 4 people. That's it. Come on, what a joke. You people should be turning in droves for this nonsense. Anyway, let's move the show along. We got a lot of show for you. Don't know if we're going to be able to cover all bases. But let me introduce the crew. The crew is me, my wife working behind the scenes, and my new fabulous, I had to import this guy. He's from out of state, and boy, isn't he great. My producer, ladies and gentlemen, Balinor. Yes, let's give it up for Balinor. Balinor's setting up all these clips so I can just free range speak and tell you what's up. And so Balinor, producer, wife, and I'm going to be bringing on guests, people I know. You watch these other podcasts. Oh, let me bring on this star. Oh, let me bring on this star. And you're watching, you're going, my friend so-and-so is much more interesting than this guy. I mean, all right, the guy appeared in films. He could tell you something behind the scenes or something. But other than that, these people are fucking dopes. They're a bunch of, drones, something like that. As always, our official sponsor, Cycling Frog. That's my THC seltzer. Now, their unofficial sponsor, not the official, but maybe one day, All right. Okay, so my first guest, I have to tell you, let me give you the preface to this guest. Now, a lot of people on the internet, John Hill, I really didn't expect you to have an insurance guy on for your first show. Well, of course. He's more than an insurance guy. He's my friend. Whoa, what's that snap, crackle, and popping going on? You lose each other. The one, the man, the myth, the supernova himself, John Hill. How are you, John?
Oh, I'm doing well, Edward. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be your first guest on your soon-to-be critically acclaimed podcast.
Well, they say everyone else has got a podcast, and it is true. Everybody has a podcast now. But since I started way back in the internet radio days, I think I have enough credit. Plus, the other podcast I'm on, Blue Shirt Underground, it's like 16 years old, 17 years old. So I feel like I was at the forefront of the new media, as they call it. Now, John, I'm going to put you on the hot seat right away.
Wow,
do you remember the What's crackling? Is that his end, Balinor? I don't know. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Balinor, there you heard him. All right. Do you remember where we met? Because I mean, there's no romantic thing happening with us, but I mean, we did we did connect way back when. Do you remember the day we met?
I do. I believe it was. I remember the place. It was the.
Wow, look at this guy.
It was the small theater at Sachem North. I believe it was 1980.
Wow.
Right. I think you had come over. Yeah, you had come over as part of you were soon to be moving over to North the following year, and they were doing introductions to the Sachem radio station.
That's right. He's correct. He's correct. Yes. They took us sophomores over there. At that time, our high schools was split up into a middle school and a high school. And they had taken some sophomores over there to the big, which was the biggest, was the high school. And we kind of got introduced, like you said, to meet these other stars of high school radio, which there was, and I'll move on from this. There was you said the Little Theater, and that's what it was called. And we were not trying out for a play. They were kind of like rehearsing some of these sophomores to see if they had any kind of radio chops. And what happened was, and I remember it was a sports show we were there to maybe join. It was the sports manager was a guy named Joe Lavelle. And Joe was like, he was okay, but he was a terrible announcer, by the way. Terrible. Joe, don't send me any cards and letters. But I know right now, he's talking sports. Don't talk sports. I'm not talking sports. I'm going to allude to them. Allude. So, anyway, Joe, terrible. Anyway, and this may look bad on me, but I don't care. Where in the world is Eddie? All right. No, okay. Here we go. Joe Lavelle. You can play. Go ahead. I like the song. You should dance to the song.
Where in the world is Eddie? Tell me where in the world is Eddie?
There you go. Where in the when I lose my train of thought, it goes out loud. So I was talking about Lavelle. Oh, Larry Becker. We had to read like a copy, some copy. That's what they call. You had to read the script. It
wasn't a PSA, right? It was a
PSA.
It was a PSA.
They had these stupid public service announcements that we had to do on air. Thank you, Stu.
Stu Harris,
still alive. Both of them are both with us, Birick and him. And you had to read the copy, and you had to. Well, I'm getting good. It's 90 Stern level. Was one of the comments. Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment. So, Larry, he had a bit of a speech impediment.
Yes, he did.
And it was before the time where you can't make fun of them anymore.
No.
I mean, we've evolved. Let's put it that way. We've evolved. And
we've evolved, you and I, or just
we've evolved. We have stayed the same. I would say pretty much. We are Peter Pans for our age.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Larry. First of all, these were stupid PSAs. It was like PSA 165, the microwave oven. Duh. Who doesn't know how to? I mean, okay, it was 1980. Maybe it was a little early. We had to figure it out. The punch at a time and hit start. I mean, how dumb did we think we were?
And for those outside the radio world, PSA stood for Public Service Announcements. Right?
That's right. Thank you for clarifying that.
Which we were required as our radio station license, so we had to do a certain amount.
That was made up bullshit. That was
nonsense. Keep a log on which ones we had done.
Oh yeah, I played the same song 6 times in a row. The tide is high. The tide is high.
We played, I think, 3 consecutive times.
Okay. Anyway, so Larry reads this thing. He goes, I know some people get creeped out by this voice. My wife does not like this voice. I also find it's very repulsive to women. So maybe that's explains a lot because I used to do that voice when I was anyway. So he would say, he goes, "This is PSA microwave ovens." Well, the whole row cracks up, but there's an unknown guy that I don't know cracking up. My crew's cracking up, but there's an unknown guy cracking up behind me, probably with another couple guys who are a year ahead of me. And then I was like, "Oh, somebody's laughing at my stuff." And he said, "Junior?" I go, "I'm being accepted into this radio buffoonery that ensued after that." Hey, and Matt Morello's here. Chris Geik is here. I think Joe Rockhead Cutter is here. Who else we got on this thing? On this, well, I got to tell you, there's not much. Well, maybe I got to refresh this page. I was going to say, there's not much going on. Oh, what? Now I'm replaying myself. Oh, God. All right. I don't know what's going on. Anyway.
Yeah, take in consideration all the people that are going to watch this on delay, which isn't measured. I don't
Right.
think it is it?
I think it will take. Well, what is going on? It's like a shit show over there. Is your mic dying, John? Are you fully charged?
I am fully charged. I am not at low battery.
Oh, wait. What? Okay. So there are people here. Thank you, Balinar. How do I change my name? I see Dr. Darwin Bushman from the Philippines.
What?
Oh.
Our first international guest?
Yes. We have an international following already.
Now I'm in a tunnel.
I don't know what's going on. John, I hope your mic is okay. Can you hear that?
Feedback.
It's like squelching or something. I don't know. You're getting squelched. Anyway, all right. We have to continue with the show. We just haven't scratched the surface. So that's how we met. That's the whole story. All right.
It was amazing if you think about it. You know, the high school had a theater, right? The main theater, and it had a little theater, right? Most high schools don't, and its own radio station, which was, you know, obviously something not every school has, but it definitely became the hangout place for the next 2 to 3 years, at the detriment of going to class in most of the
right. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was a very artistic time. Too bad all the people I graduated turned out to be schmucks. No. You know, obviously there's plenty of people that I graduated that I still see. And what was that? 1980. So what is that? 45 years, something like that. I don't know. Something like
that. It had to be difficult for Harrison Burek to manage a bunch.
I don't care about them.
10th graders to 12th graders who really.
Oh, I got my theories on all this, but I want to keep our made for kids rating, which I think went out in the first 5 minutes.
I think you did. You cursed right out of the box.
Okay. So let's move on to you. Yeah, we're getting feedback from you, John, on your end.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah, see, we got your mic.
I'm going to unplug my thing, and maybe that'll do it.
Well, I hope we see a skylight. All right, now how you say it? No voice. No. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. All right, John.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, you're fantastic. I thought you froze.
No.
I don't know where went Eddie on that one. All right. Okay. So let's get down to it. I want to get a little into you, and then we're just going to shoot our wad on topics.
There you go. There's a second violation.
Christian Martinez is joined. Kim B is in the locker room. The locker room? Well, why is Kim B in the locker room? I mean, Kim, you were in the chat room. Why I had you in the locker room, I have no idea. Patrick Hill is in here. I think it made you
Patty.
Yeah, it made your mic worse when you did that, John.
Oh no.
Yes, I don't know what's going on. Cutter's trying to get Patty Duke. I thank you for all right. So, John, let's get into you. You got a couple interesting. You're getting feedback from me to you. Can you turn down your radio in the back?
Who, me?
Yeah. No, it seems like your volume might be a little. Your volume might be too loud, and it's feeding back. Yeesh.
Maybe better? Turn it down.
I think so. It's still clicky, but I can't. We got to go. We must succeed where others have failed. We're losing steam here. There's going to be locker room talk. Tricky, there is not going to be locker room talk. Patty Duke is here. I tell you, the people coming in, Palinor, what I tell you? These people, they want to hear what I got to say, even though I'm saying nothing.
Did you specify that it was 7 o'clock Eastern time? Because people across the country, and of course, may have thought it was.
The Philippines guy, he's got me down, Pot. He's got the time. Christian Martinez, I haven't seen him. He was played with us in Idiot Box way back when in the early 90s. Very talented guy.
He's like the Brian Jones of the.
No, he didn't die. He didn't drown in a pool. No. Okay, John's got some weird habits, and I want to get to the bottom of this. All right, John, listen, I'll eat anything and everything, except a couple of things, which are general people love that I don't like or don't love as much as they do. But we'll get into that later. John, you don't eat any vegetable. Is that? And this is the thing his wife will say to me. His numbers are perfect. But yet, fruits and vegetables.
No vegetables. No.
We've got to get Dr. Darwin. Where are you? Can we psychologically analyze John? Because I think I know why you don't eat them. Fruits, I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just purely a scenario that there are things that you had to do as a child that your parents made you do. Go to church on Sunday.
So you're a rebel.
That you made. Listen, when I no longer I'm under that roof, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I never developed a taste for it, so it wasn't like, oh, I know it's
okay.
Not good for me because it's good for me.
Patty Duke, what about potatoes?
Potatoes technically, I think, is considered a starch, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, you're splitting the hairs here.
You know, if I was to be more specific, I believe my actual list says green vegetables.
Now you changed it. Apparently, Al Michaels doesn't eat vegetables either.
Yes, that was something that came up once on a Monday Night Football.
Now, you sure you're not part of some club? Like a magazine? Oh, I was not taking the bait there from Pat Hill. He wanted me to ask you about peas. All right. So you don't like vegetables. Okay, another thing. I have my quirks. Obviously, I'm insane. But I don't know if that'd be a quirk. But you also have a thing, and I want to know, and I've never brought this up with you. This is first time. I saved it for a cliche podcast full of wackos. But you have a thing with the cuffs of your shirt and your wrists. What is that? Where did that derive from? Listen, I'm not trying to call you out as a psycho or anything. I know it's an issue. Like I have an issue with tags in the back of shirts. Yeah. I got to rip them out. I got to rip them off right away.
It's the same variation of that feel of
it's
you
uncomfortable.
Pull your arms out and your shirt like pulls up. It's like a variation of floods on pants, right? If your pants
the flood's over, the land is dry. Why do you wear your pants so high? Yes, I remember that.
So
that was a great saying back in the day.
Just don't like the feel of it, the look and the feel of it. Tags definitely like that's right. Which becomes an issue. If I'm going to rip it off, am I going to actually rip a hole in my shirt or do I cut it? And if you cut the tag, if you don't cut it close enough, right now you got this jagged piece of cloth that's cutting your neck. So
I hear you.
Yeah, you can't win.
All right. So they got the questions from the audience and then we'll have to move on. Carrots.
Oh, yeah. And there are certain vegetables that.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Is that a yes or no? Will you eat a carrot?
No. There are certain vegetables that I always say, if I had no other choice, right? If there was not a bag of Doritos available in the house and I had to eat some, right? Then I guess I'd find a way to eat a carrot. But then there are certain vegetables that would be like I could eat probably a raw carrot, but not a cooked carrot. Like
I would think it'd be the opposite.
it
Raw
depends.
and cooked is soft. The other way, you break your teeth on
Yeah,
that.
that's a texture issue, right? That's a like
Ah.
what's the other thing? We pudding and yogurt and all that other kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, you got it. He doesn't like the skin on. Remember how they used to? They don't do it anymore, but they used to cook the pudding.
Yes.
When we used to use the top of the oven and the bottom of the oven. Now it's all microwave, and Larry Becker doing a PSA about it. But then you had to sit. He never liked the skin that was on the top of the pudding. What do you guys think about that? So yeah, Patty Duke. I also rip out all. I can't take the tags, and so I get what John's saying there. And George Bush Sr. Anyway, so I'm getting distracted by these people. All right, so that's a little bit, John. Other than that, folks, he's perfect. I've
right into my list. I've replaced things that I don't like with mostly lately. It's been statements or in some cases, shortening of words. Right, that's become now.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like the whole what do they call those? Ballard, what do they call those with the? It stands for something. Like it's 3 letters and it stands for something. Like somebody types on
like
board.
An acronym.
An acronym. Thank you. An acronym. He doesn't like acronyms, right? Like
well, even one step further. Like the one that's probably top of my list right now is the word merch.
He hates this word. I don't understand. I think it's an age thing. I think most old people do not like things that they might not understand right away. Although you understand it. Why is it the constant sound?
I don't know.
Well, you say merchandise every time?
Could be the deets.
He doesn't like the deets. He doesn't slang. He doesn't like the slang that was invented like 15 years ago. Because we're still behind.
Low T?
Well, low T, yeah, that's a little sensitive subject for our age range. What about you don't like fire? That's fire.
Oh yeah, that's the reason. That's another one too. That's
like, oh really?
What with your dad's version? Fun.
Oh yeah, my dad doesn't like when you say, "Hey, how was the concert?" and you go, "So fun." He wants you to explain what was fun. In your return. Oh, the concert was great. It was so much fun. He wants full context. Fun is a general term unless you really make context. Well, John,
like joy. It's like using the word joy. Joy is a different level. Kelly Clarkson's 1-hour talk show is not joy.
Yes.
No,
it's not. I'd rather watch this podcast than her show. But that we'll get into that right now. All right. So what do we got in news? Now, I'm not talking sports. I'm not talking about politics. But sometimes something in sports, something will happen in a sporting game. We're not covering the sports. I'm not analyzing the sports. I don't care about it. All I care about is Rangers hockey coming in the season. That's going to be on the other show. This show, I'm not touching sports. All right. But it was a big story. People might have caught it on your virals. This chick, this Karen. Let's say you're watching it right now. You see this Karen. She takes the ball away from the kid. There's some guy, and okay, there's some home footage there. Shot on somebody's phone. And okay, the kid picks it up. I mean, wait, the guy picks it up. Look, she was pissed. And then
had it.
And then, all right, so the kids got it. Look at this lady. Look at his reaction. He looked light in the loafers with that one. That is not a good reaction. What do you see? I knew Pat was going to say, yes, but look at this. Now, there's a couple things that strike me wrong. He gives her the ball.
He gave her the ball.
What is he, a dope? What kind of role model are you for your son? I'm not going to say you got to beat somebody up, but have a pair of balls. This is, Kimpy. This is not sports adjacent. This is all about how we interact with each other. That's the way I look at it. Look at this guy. Here, have it. Off with you. So I see both sides of the story. What was your take from this?
It's interesting because obviously she's gotten a lot of flack for this thing, and it was only recently that they suddenly started to focus on him and his reaction, and in particular, and there are YouTube or Reels or whatever you have on social media where
those
they show
memes
different people and their reaction when someone scares them, and they film it, right? And they scream or they fall and that guy had that same reaction. Like you kind of hope that if you're ever being filmed or whatever and someone scares you, that you don't make that reaction that he did. And then he gave the fact that he gave her the ball afterwards, I thought was amazing. Like, took it out of his son's glove and gave it to her just to get her away from him. Like, what was she going to do?
I have
Punch
to
him in the
say,
face?
I don't know who's making these comments on my behalf, but this is a little edgy. Balnor, you're the one doing this? I didn't think he would go. Balnor, the fabulous, wonderful producer, he's from somewhere in the Midwest. I didn't think he would come out with a quip. And since you contributed it, I'm going to put it. Balnor said the top part of her hair calls for the manager. The black part takes baseballs from children. Wow. I told you he's quick. He's quick. Okay. Gelding Dad says big to me. I love it. And she lost her job, apparently. Boo, you're on this guy. Look at him. He's all hunched over. Oh, God. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Everybody deserves ridicule as far. Look at her phone all fucking decked out.
They missed the part too. As she was leaving, the crowd started getting on her, and she gave a huge middle finger to everybody as the.
She's from Philly, no class. They got no class over there. Apologies to our friends in Philadelphia. If it was held in New York, I would say New York has no class either. Okay, so I think this is where I think both of them are idiots. Why you would want a ball ever at a baseball game? What are you gonna do? I caught the third foul ball by Chase Utley. I mean, I don't even know if that guy's even alive anymore. All right, so we got that in news. Everybody's talking about that shit. And apparently she lost a job, but he got to meet players. Who cares? Typical bullshit. I'm sorry, Matt. You got some testosterone. That guy was a gelding. You don't act that way. And like John said, if you act that way, don't be caught on camera acting that way. Because that's going to be imprinted in life. Look at your dad. All right. So where the hell are we going to? Oh, yeah, there's also something in the news. Now, first of all, Idiot Box, that's my band. We've been, doing it for years. And we came up with a song called Walking Tall, which is about Buford T. Pusser. And it's been in our set for like 6 years now. And let's take just a little listen to that song for you people who are not familiar with it. All right. We can. Okay. So there's a little clip. And once again, it's also for us to test the technology because Balnor has never done a live show before. He's doing an awesome job. So apparently, the guy who wrote about that song, that movie really affected me. And I don't know if you guys remember the Walking Tall from, was it 1973, I think? Right here, it even says his most powerful weapon is the truth. Wow. Promising a lot. So let's play, see if we can play that video. Yeah, Bal. The Shout Factory is going to be suing us.
At a movie, audiences across America are standing up, applauding, and cheering a film called Walking Tall.
I thought you walked tall, because you gotta learn how to crawl. You let them do this to me and get away with it, and you give them the eternal right to do the same damn thing to any one of you.
Walking Tall. It's a deeply moving contemporary film based on the true story of a young man who wouldn't surrender to the system and the girl who always stood beside him.
All right, stop it there, Bal. All right, there you go. And that is Walking Tall. All right. These were part of a big wave. You see Quentin Tarantino and what's the Rodriguez guy's first name? Richard Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez. They have taken a lot what they call these pulp vigilante films that were popular at the drive-ins when we were kids. When I say we, me and John, you would see these. Now we were not afforded to go to these things, and we had strict parents that wouldn't let us see anything. John loved watching Flashdance. But let me just stick with the Buford T. Pusser. We'll get to Flash in a second. Now, me and John shared a Buford T. Pusser experience because that movie is based on Buford T. Pusser. No, it's not the same thing. So we shared an experience. I love this film. There was other films at the time. What was it, like Billy Jack? Remember that? Yeah. That was another, like, he's from the reservation and he's like, I don't know. He's
part Indian, I think, from Vietnam.
And he comes back all fucked up and he's like, I'm going to kick every white person or like these who they're not wounded, but that they hurt the Indians, whatever, that he's going to pay him back with violence. He's a career as Billy Jack. Tom Laughlin, I think he's no longer with us. Dolores Taylor. Who the fuck is Dolores Taylor?
And these predated like the other vigilante movies, like Death Wish.
They were like lower budget. With lower budget. So, yeah, the remake was terrible. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know about Billy Jack. If we're talking about fucking Walking Tall, horrible. And then Ballinor informed me who played Kevin Sorbo. What was he? Hercules. So,
in the remake?
Kevin Sorbo was in a remake.
Yeah.
Of Walking Tall. One of those part 3s, part 4s. Anyway, all right. So we're moving on here now.
Oh, Eddie, I'd be remiss to mention that you and I and some others that are listening on the podcast are one of the small minority of people in the country that would drive all the way to southwestern Tennessee to go to Buford T. Pusser's house, which is now a museum.
Oh, God. Look at this, Kevin. Didn't they used to... Oh, God. He doesn't even look like... Why has he got a gun? See if you can get John's mouth in here, Ballinor. He's a little bit...
Getting cut off?
You can adjust that. Yeah, that's good.
Whoa.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
It's ridiculous. They used to play this show and that Xena Warrior Princess back to back.
Yes. Hercules. No, was it Hercules?
Pink tone, please.
Yeah, no. Xena the Warrior Princess.
Yes. Please. No pink to me. No politics. Please. So, Kevin Sorbo, yes. Come on. Buford didn't even have a gun. All right, so Cutter brought up in the chat room that, yes, this is something I was aware of, and I'm on top of all the Walking Tall news. As a matter of fact, Bill Burr does a bit. I only saw part 1 where he's watching Walking Tall and commenting along with it. It's really fun. But he just started it. Okay. So where we? Oh yeah. So me and John, we go on these trips with all our friends, and this and that. And one time we were in the state of Tennessee, and I said, briefly, I looked it up. Buford T. Pusser Museum. in Tennessee. I'm like, wow, I really like to go there. And it was really out of the way. Whoa, what, John? What? This is like
trying to get my face in the picture.
your face.
Thank you.
So, what happened is that John was good enough to greenlight us taking a trip to Buford T. Pusser's museum, which is located in Buford T. Pusser's home. That's right. He has a museum that is home, I guess. When was he killed? I mean, the movie took place in 1973, so it had to be something before that, like late 60s or something. Anyway,
60s probably, yeah.
And it's preserved, as you can see in that picture that Balino put up. I don't remember those gates.
I don't remember that. I do remember like the old-timey TV that they put a video on to watch.
Oh, yeah, I do remember those gates now. Old-timey TV, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see, had couches with the plastic on it, and sit and watch the video of Buford T. Puss's history.
He died in 1974. Okay. Huh. How'd they make that
Wait,
movie?
He died in 1974?
Oh, wait, he doesn't die in he doesn't die in Walking Tall. But there's the car that apparently, I don't know if that's the car, that's his Corvette that got burnt out. They burned it. But I think that car may be the car that's being called into question now that we have the Buford T. Pusser news. Apparently, they are going to exhume his wife's corpse because they think that Buford may have murdered her. And that is quite a story. There she looked. She joined the B-52s after this film. What is going on here? She looks like she's a B. That's as broad as we say around these parts. Excuse me.
Eddie, what's the point? He's been dead for 50 years. What's the point? She's gone, he's gone, just to say, yep, he did it. The state of Tennessee not have.
I mean, they're wasting the funds on this.
Wasting the funds just to prove something that happened back in the 70s. It's not like they're finding Jimmy Hoffa.
I know. I mean, what they got? He's not like he's going to serve time. He's fucking dead. I don't understand. What is it? They got too much time thinking of 60-year-old possible murders. Everybody knows the Dixie Mafia got her rather. And, Buford, I guess that Corvette, she's a better looking woman there. There's Buford, who was a wrestler too. He actually did some professional wrestling.
That was before she moved to Athens, Georgia to join the B-52. So that's why the hair.
Yes, she does. That's right. Clean. When she went back to Athens, she got all new wavy. Well, I don't know. Wait a minute. Now, Cutter is saying this is facts. They determined he did. There's Buford the Bull. Wild Bulls coming, motherfucker. Yeah, that's
I think what I heard was they said if he was still alive, they would probably have would charge him today. So They must have some facts, not just speculation. But I don't know what new came up in the last. It sat silent for 50 years that they just found.
I heard they're going to put the autopsy body of the wife in the museum.
That museum was there. That was the basement, I believe, right? Which the house.
Oh, I don't know what
were, and it was pretty interesting.
Cutter is reporting that this is a done deal. He's been convicted. They determined he did. I don't know about this. I'd like to see the DNA like Maury. Maury, the verdict is in. You are not the murderer. Okay. Wow. I don't know how you people feel about this. Apparently, you don't feel anything. You have no feelings, people. I think the state of Tennessee determined he likely killed his wife. That is not a confirmation.
That is not. Likely it is not.
Christina comes in, does the fact checking. You can't beat me and John with Balino and Vera, Christina. So speaking of Vera, I got breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The great Polly Holiday. That's right. Polly Holiday from Alice died. And I think she might be the last remaining out of the originals. Because Linda Lavin went bye-bye. The lady played Vera. What was her name?
Don't remember who played Vera. Mel's gone. I think Mel's been gone.
No, Mel's been dead for a while. Mel was funny in that show.
He was.
He did not. He was the butt of a lot of jokes, especially with his food, the quality of his food, Polly Holiday, and I think she was only on the show for the first 2 years. I think she asked for a bigger payday. That's right. Rollo. Flo had some grits.
The original Flo.
The original Flo. Well, they replaced it with other shit.
Well, I mean, like now you think you hear Flo, you think of the progressive woman, but this was the original Flo.
Wait. Oh, Flo. I thought you meant like Flo. Like
you hear the word, like when you have one word names, you think of somebody. This was the person we would think of if you said Flo.
Well, you know what? Even though it's spelled differently, I thought of something. When you said womanly Flo, I thought of a woman's period.
Oh, there you go.
That's the angry what is that plus thing called? The cycling frog. That's the cycling frog talking.
She was part of that kind of in the 70s. The sitcoms, the comedy sitcoms would, I don't know, is that redundant? I think they're all comedy sitcoms, but there would be a catchphrase that somebody would hope would stick.
Oh yeah, they used to load them up, and that used to be like, the last one
on it with Happy Days, and
I think I'm trying to think like recent in my memory is like 90s. I mean, everybody's quoting Seinfeld our age or quoting Friends. That catchphrase, it's kind of disappeared with the regular TV blows. There's no good comedy. You got to go to some streaming. So she was from 7. Of course, Cutter is just fact checking me. What do you want to be fact checked back again? She was from 76 to 80 on Alice.
On the air fact checking.
Yeah, no, this is what this guy does. He comes on here, he wants a fact check. You want to be part of the show? Get a degree. And not from Degrassi High, whatever you're watching over there in Canada. So, Flo, and a lot of people didn't even know her real name. I mean, Polly Holiday was not a household name. We're going to try to put it. Oh, there she is. There she is with Vera and Alice. And Alice was like the least funny of them all. I never found it. I hated that son, Tommy. That kid, Tommy, annoyed the shit out of me. He was a no talent. He was what is he? Sisters with Nancy McKeon. Brothers with Nancy McKeon. Nancy McKeon is his sister. And I don't know, he's doing some new age medicine guru bullshit. I don't know. I checked in on him about 10 years ago. But he was a no talent actor who had no fucking humor, no timing, nothing. I hate Tommy from Alice. That's going to be my next podcast.
If you come away with nothing from this first podcast, Eddie hates Tommy from Alice.
No, yeah, come on, Degrassi High. Well, I didn't even see that shit. What is that? Some kind of Canadian fame or something? It's like a high school.
It's something from. It sounds like another 70s movie. That movie Coolie High.
Oh, that was the 70s. That's you're talking that. That's what's happening was based on.
Oh, was it really?
Yes. And
speaking of people who recently passed away.
Yeah.
What's happening, people?
D from What's Happening. Yep. Died at the age of 60 years old. She was D in the show What's Happening. What you talking about, Willis? But I'm trying to think of the only one I could think of from a TV show is like Curb Your Enthusiasm when he goes pretty good. Like I use that. I use that when I'm joking around, but I can't think of. There was like Christian said. There was what you talking about, Willis? Yeah. Which there it is. Fred Berry, dead. Shirley Hemphill, dead. Raj, the party animal,
Dead.
alive. Hey, what's his name? Spencer.
If it helps, this image is from Wikipedia.
Okay. So we can't be fact-checked on that, Cutter. Well, I guess Wikipedia isn't 100%. That's
Dwayne. Dwayne is still alive, right?
Dwayne is alive, and there's D, all to the left. Oh, there's Raj. And then they used to come into this little luncheonette, I guess, and I don't know, come up with stupid plans and everybody.
Yeah, Shirley was the waitress, wasn't she at that place?
She was a waitress. She was a stand-up comedian in the Cali area and was doing very good and did very good as the show was going. But so where were we? What were we equating this to? So yeah, so that was one thing. I'm trying to think of a quotable thing from what's happening. What was it? Raj, you're gonna get the belt. Raj, you're gonna get beaten.
Capital, yeah. Extreme parental punishment.
Yeah, that's when they would give the belt. They showed the belt.
What was it? Dwayne had a hey.
That's right. Hey. That's right.
Which is why I purposely only used hey because I didn't want to steal it from Dwayne. Is it Dwayne or they would call him Dwayne?
It was like
he had 3 hays.
Yeah.
Rerun must have had something he said that was a catchphrase. I'm trying to think.
He would just do that funky dance.
He had that really funky dance.
Yeah, that was his a bit. All right. Okay, apparently, let's say, okay. Ooh, I'm gonna tell Mama was D's.
That was D's, yes.
Ooh,
ratting out on Rod.
I'm gonna tell Mama. Dwayne's was hey. Fred rerun Stubbs. Famous line, I can't help it if I'm fat. It runs in my family. Why is that funny?
People always laugh. It's like, what's that line from Folly, right?
Well, it legitimately
everyone laughs
does.
when Fatty falls down.
Fatty falls down. All right. So we were talking about something. We were talking about Flo. All right.
Flo and catchphrases.
Yeah. Her catchphrase was "Kiss my grace."
Mel, would you like to do something for me?
And the show would erupt.
Yeah, what?
Kiss my grace.
Studio audience, or it was just a really loud version of the laugh track. They would wait for that line, and she delivered it. I think every
point
episode.
Right there. Yeah, that this was like she had to say this line every show. Yeah. This became a problem in Good Times too, when he had to say dynamite. And John Amos is like, I'm a serious actor, and I got to deal with this guy. Has to get a line where he says dynamite.
Yeah, that actually may be. I'm trying to think, that may even be more famous than. I'm trying to think like famous catchphrase lines. That dynamite was huge.
Oh, Christian reporting that there was child abuse was big on what's happening. Raj was always scared his mother was going to. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I was scared of her. I was in my living room and Mabel King has got a belt. I'm running. I can tell you right now.
But Raj was a straight A student, right? He was on the straight and narrow. He was, right? Because the mom didn't put up with any shit.
The most quoted from the great Balinor, the super producer, most famous quote from a show. Good night, John Boy. Also, who loves your baby?
Telly Savalas
from Kojak.
Well, I would give that one. Telly, that's a real catchphrase. Something he would say in the show. Like "Good night, John Boy" was really kind of the way the show ended, right? It was them all saying goodnight to each other. It really wasn't something that they interjected in the show. Like you weren't waiting for someone to utter the sit on it, Potsy.
Which I would say up your nose. I think up your nose with a rubber hose is a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Happy Days had a few.
Yeah. And then also Happy Days had a few, and so did Welcome Back Kotter, which resonated with us kids in high school or middle school back then. Which it just hasn't aged well, that show. The show is really bad, man. It's really corny and just total cringe, as the kids say. All right. So we covered that. All right. So Flo, she's dead. I thought she was dead. She did a movie with John Travolta where is it what's the movie where he's like an angel? Is it called like Saint Michael or Michael? I think.
Michael.
Yes, she's in that movie.
I don't remember that. She was in Michael?
Yes. When he lands, I guess he lands in some rural area, and she finds him, and she kind of nurses him. I'm pretty sure it's called Michael Travolta. You know, it was a pretty good movie too.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. You know, Travolta, for all the shit you give him for what he looks like and whatever his predilections, I guess, he's made some movies that haven't been they've been good. Like, you know, these. What's that? Face Off. You know, he's made some good movies. Battleship Earth, was that one of his other movies?
Battleship Earth is not a good movie.
No, that was terrible. That movie was fucking horrible. But yeah, so you know, he's made his good share. He hasn't made anything recently, has he?
No. Not that I'm trying to remember the last Travolta movie that he made. It's been a while.
All right. Let's switch to we had it up earlier. Flashdance. I think this movie came out, what, 83, 84?
Yeah, right around the VHS was available at that time.
Yes. We got to talk about VHS. Here it is. The Lakeside Cinema. Not to be confused with the Lakeside Art Cinema, which was a porn place next to a gay bar called shit. Somebody went to that gay bar. Please get contact with the show. It was like Michael's or
wasn't that one by the lake called Kiss or something like that?
Oh, that's over where the old bowling alley used to be.
Yeah, that
the
was
Lighthouse Bowling Alley. Yeah, no, but now I think
now it's a retro fitness.
Yeah, and you don't really want to go down there with a black light.
No, not in the face.
Uncover, not in the face.
Yes, because you had to go downstairs. Yes.
Okay, so anyway, this is in downtown Lake Ronkonkoma. We got we talked earlier about the Jerry Lewis Theater. Jerry Lewis, he decided to go into the movie business just with theaters. It turned out to be a colossal disaster in the end for him.
Not a good investment.
Well, we used to go here back in the day. Again, I'm going to pull out the old, I think the old things in my day.
Back in my day.
Oh, I thought you knew every gay bar, Ed. I knew some of them. I used to hang out there and earn some extra cash as a youth. I'll tell you how. But in Flashdance, the reason we used to go see this, you could see a Disney double feature for $4.25. I think $3.75 is where it started for me. You could see two Disney things, and you could get away from your parents for 4 hours. I mean, it was pretty cool. Although it was Disney movies, and they all fucking blow. You got the guy who the donkey that fucking kicks the fucking football, and you got the I don't know what that one was called. Anybody know that one? And then you got I don't know. What was the one where the Escape from Witch Mountain?
Escape from Witch Mountain. Yeah,
I love that one. Anyway, getting back to Flashdance and this theater, John, I've mentioned some of the accomplishments you've done in your life. You're a group insurance guru. You're the megastar, the super megastar, the insurance agency, the insurance world. Now, Flashdance, as I remember, you were enthralled with.
Oh, I loved Jennifer Beals.
Now, I never got it. Maybe you being an older man and being a year older, more mature.
I think we're like 15 months difference in age.
I don't know. I never got that. Did it for you back then?
Oh yeah, that is my second most actually gone to the movies viewings. I saw Jaws 7 times, paid for it in the movies. I saw Flashdance in the Jerry Lewis Theater 6 times, and then got the VHS.
Oh, I'm getting that. I'm getting that.
Over and over and over again.
I would now Flashdance. I like the music. I like the Michael Cimbello, Maniac. I like that song. What else songs are in there?
What a Feeling. Irene Cara, right? Isn't that the theme song?
What a Feeling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Was that bar Lakeside? What would you say? That bar or the movie theater? The movie theater was not Lakeside, I would not say. Darwin Bushman says, we are thrilled with Flashdance. I wonder if he's speaking of him and his recently betrothed.
Oh.
Yes, apparently she was on The Mandalorian. This is the big this movie never did. That's come on, man. That's not Dua Lipa or anybody. I don't see why she's doing it. And she had a body double, right, through all that. Oh, yes, Herbie, yes.
She did not dance.
Right. So John loved this movie. This would-be insurance guru bought the VHS. Tell me how the VH rental and buying worked back in, we're talking early 80s.
Oh, yeah. It was a horrific system. Because it was so expensive. First of all, God forbid you ever lost or broke the VHS. It would cost you about $90 that you had to pay to the because they had like they had like 2 copies of it. This is pre-Blockbuster. So back in that time, you had to go and rent it. You usually had it for a couple of days. They gave you paper receipts, and we basically kept that video for I think a couple of months. That cost me a small fortune.
Yeah,
I'd be retired now.
There it is. I remember the cover.
Yeah, that was actually one of the interesting things off of my Jennifer Beals obsession. One of the first times you saw like breakdancing. I remember there was a breakdancing scene that happens like halfway through the movie that kind of, I don't think it started. I think it had already started, but they featured
they gave him like the props to the street.
Give him a prop. She's walking with one of her girlfriends, and it was a ridiculous premise. She's a welder by day and I wouldn't say she's not a stripper. She's not taking her clothes off. It's just a dance club that she's working at night. And
as I remember, that cover to that VHS was very sticky. Why is that guy coming out of what was that guy coming out of a manhole cover back there?
No, that was the breakdance scene.
Palomar was right on top of this stuff.
Palomar is really fast.
I tell you, this guy's the best in the business.
Yeah, geez, he found that one really, really fast. Yeah. It was Tommy Pryor really focused on that scene. Because he was trying to learn, I believe, back in the day. He was trying to use this as his template to how to break dance.
Oh, so he's the one who broke your tape watching this scene over.
Yes, from playing it. It wasn't me just playing Jennifer Beals scenes over and over again, I believe.
Yeah, I remember that, and like, dude, this guy really just this part, he would say.
Yeah.
And he would close the door and disappear for about 5 minutes.
But there's another movie you were saying about just you remember it, and then unlike Jaws, which I saw one additional time, which I still can watch to this day, I cannot watch Flashdance anymore. It is a horrible movie.
Darwin said it's it hasn't aged well. Christian wants to know, did the movie theater ever become a bar? No. It became an OTB, and then it is now currently a Panera Bread, which I will never go to because I'm not a soup and sandwich guy, as you could tell by my size. Soup and sandwich will never satisfy me unless the sandwich is a foot long. And soup I do not like.
No, it's not a meal.
So it's not a meal. And see, you just quoted Seinfeld. Very good.
There it is.
Okay. What else do we have to talk about, Bellin? Do we have anything else left? I feel like we've gone almost an hour here. We have anything left?
Oh, we do.
What do we got? We got the. John wanted. I guess there's a way to introduce this segment. We have a friend. His name is Jerry, and Jerry is a very unique person. That's not Ricky Gervais there, but Jerry Jerry is the craziest man in the world that hasn't done anything bad. Like he hasn't anything. He doesn't have notoriety for being crazy. Maybe I'll put it that way.
Hasn't found a way to monetize it.
Yeah, and I feel like I want to tell a story of Jerry because I think it's both insightful and funny. Is all shit. I mean, the man is, I believe, universally hilarious. Now, you might say, oh, you really shouldn't pick on people that are going through things, or maybe, I don't know. But the way I look at it is, if this show ever takes off, you know what? I'll give Jerry I'll throw him some cash.
The Jerry Fund.
It's a Jerry Fund.
Not the Jimmy Fund.
Not the Jimmy Fund. They used to
That's
hand that over at Lakeside Theater there. The Jimmy Fund. The movie would come on. You're like 13 years old. They want you to give up quarters. I'm like, I'm saving my quarters for fucking.
They would show the video of the Jimmy Fund, and then they would turn the lights on.
And then make those poor Russians beg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
walk around with those cans.
I'm not giving you my quarters. I'm gonna go play. I
gotta go to timeout and play video games.
Yeah, this is episode 1. What do you think? I gotta say, your brother, Patrick, he's asking the stupidest questions. He's like, episode 1. Then I said, I'm having a guest. He's like, you're having guests? I'm like, yeah, I just said
He's repeating whatever you say, and then
episode 1. Oh, what do you want me to delay? That's what his problem is he wants me to delay Jerry to episode 2. I'm right.
Well, this is like a teaser. This is a teaser for episode 2.
This isn't a teaser. This is just
callback.
I'm starting the sojourn, the journey of Jerry. So I got to start in episode 1. We're not going to go right up the date. And so anyway, John made this analogy that on the Ricky Gervais show, they have a producer, not the great Ballinor, but they have a producer. What's his name?
Carl Pilkington. Pilkington, I think is how you pronounce
it. Pinkerton?
I thought it was Pinkerton, but I think there's an L in there. I think it's Pilkington. P-I-L-T, whatever. I don't know how to spell it.
Cutter thinks, I thought the Jimmy Fund was just a New England thing. Yeah, only in Boston we collect them for people who got
I think that's where it started, but it is a nationwide fundraising.
Oh, anyway, so this guy, I'm going to call him Pinkerton because I can't pronounce their name. Pinkerton, he's like the odd guy producer. Like he doesn't see things the way the other two guys think. It's Pilkington, apparently. We got another guy in here. So anyway, the Pilkington guy, he's become famous for being an oddball from this podcast, right? And he's been able to monetize with a big John Hill word, by the way. How do we monetize this? Which I don't know if they still say, but in the old days of this shit, you used to say monetize. He's a bigwig, so he may know monetize. Who's this? That's him?
That's Carl. Yep.
Oh, he don't look too bad.
So yeah, he would produce the show, and then I guess they found his views of things or things that he said were kind of different than everybody else's, really odd. So they invited him to say, "We're just going to talk to you, and we're going to film it," and just.
Oh, okay. So he
became kind of how that got him in front of the camera and out from behind the producing side, and he's made a career of it, basically.
Wonderful.
Rick Gervais made a career. Yeah, basically kind of produced it and took it off from there.
Okay, so we got that. So yeah, so apparently now we can there's another great picture.
Yep.
We can get Jerry to be this guy. But I'm not having him on the show. First of all, he lives in the fucking boondocks. I don't even know if he's got electricity, folks. I don't know. Depending on whether he's fighting with his sister or not, you don't know what's going on. But Jerry essentially is the craziest guy I've ever met. And a universe. No, is that the guy?
He's on the right.
That's Willow?
That's Willow behind him.
Oh, is Willow playing him in the movie? What's going on?
No, Willow is he's part of the whole Rick Gervais crew.
Oh, he is?
Yep.
You're truly all great, Willow. That dude?
Yeah, I think Jerry is universally.
Yeesh.
You don't have to have met Jerry, and just heard other people telling stories that you want to meet him and you want to hear it. It's similar to it's not unlike a variation that you remember when we used to say some of the stories that you would tell about your dad and stuff that were really funny, and you'd say, well, no one else is going to find it funny. They don't know my father. And go, no, it's a universally funny story. You don't have to. Like, a comedian starts saying, I always pronounce his name incorrectly, Sebastian Maniscalco, I think is how you pronounce it. He's always talking about his father, right? The things he talks about his father are funny. You don't have to know who his father is or ever have met him.
Well, his father's like a typical Ginzo. I mean, my father, I guess you're right. Not everybody.
Friends of ours that have never met Jerry, they've only heard stories, who say, I want to meet. Or friends of yours who say, I think you're embellishing, Eddie.
All right.
Could not have said that.
There's Sebastian there. He's looking good. Jerry, by the way, looks nothing like Sebastian Maniscalco.
No, nothing like it. But didn't you say Joe Rockhead, your friend, right? Doesn't right? Is questioning.
He questions the validity of everything.
Right.
He doesn't. He's a born contrarian. This guy. He's going to say the opposite. But yes, he questions. Like, did he really say that? Are you embellishing it, or you're blowing it out? And they're true. That's why it makes them funny.
Right. It's a legitimate question because it sounds like it is being embellished. But no, he said it.
Now, who's this? This is not Jerry either. I have no idea, Bal. I don't know who you're throwing up in here.
Jerry Maniscalco?
That doesn't look him.
No.
That's Sebastian. That's Jerry, his brother. Matt looks like Chuck Mangione, my friend Matt here. He should wear that hat, this guy. All right, get this off. I don't need to see this guy. Thank you, Bellinor. So, Jerry, we're going to be telling the story of Jerry. We may have some animation to follow. We may not. But let's just start off with the basics. I was on a group text with you and Johnny, and I was like, I wanted to know, like, the original Jerry story. Like, what age, what action? Do you have any? Now, this is the craziest person in the world. Yeah. I'm talking about. That's how I'm billing him. That hasn't gained notoriety, with that little caveat.
Yeah, at this point, like 50 plus years, I think I've known Jerry. I think I met him. I was 5, he was 7.
Will Jerry see this? He might.
He might.
He might.
He might.
He'd probably be like, "Oh, you guys, if you guys make money off this, that's great. I don't mind. You guys just blowing things out of proportion." That's what he'll say, and he'll be a good sport about it. It's not like I'm going to give out his last name and everybody can dox him and follow him around and get all our good material.
So, they could swoop in, Eddie, and sign him. So that's a great idea. This is the
good. I'm glad for Jerry. Then Jerry gets money. I don't care.
Listen, I've been trying for a long time to find ways to get Jerry money without actually just the only one supplying it to him. But yes, I think that it would be great to find a way to. I won't use the word monetize, but. But immediately I went right to monetize.
Oh, I'll make profit off his pain, basically.
Yeah.
No, no.
He has something to say, and I think people want to hear it.
If there was a sporting event, I could tell you Jerry don't care, and he's not checking into this podcast. All right, so where and when? What year was this about? Now your best friend. From Jerry's point of view, your best friend. I mean, you guys.
Yeah, no, Jerry is a lot of time one of my oldest, and probably I have to put him in the top 3.
How about if you win the lottery? Where am I?
Oh, you're on that list. There's you're in that after uncles, cousins, and aunts. You're that next tier.
Yeah, I'm in tier 3, ladies and gentlemen.
You're in tier 3.
I want to be bumped up, but we'll get to that. I'll tell you about that on another show. Anyway, so you're talking 1970,
1971. Yeah, he first moved into the neighborhood. So,
okay, so what act did you hear about his like buffoonery, or did you witness it? Were you part of the exaggeration? Because there was, when you were younger, there was a tendency when you weren't storytelling to tell your friends to make more hay with them or impact on them by exaggerating the story. Like, I remember I had a friend who, I don't know, he pet somebody's cat, and the next thing you know, he was banging the cat. And he had that nickname for a long time. Rest in peace. But I don't know who I was waving to there, but whatever. So I want to say, what was the first, thing you heard or you witnessed?
yeah, one of the first things that I remember, and again, this is standing out, kind of the oddity in terms of playing games and stuff. So board games and other things. Jerry was always very. He took the recommendation of the age appropriateness of games very seriously.
Oh,
the game was from a certain age to a certain age. If he was older than that, he would not play that game. That was not.
So the recommended, this game is good for like Uno is gay. I don't know what the fuck.
Good for children.
So he started enforcing the age limits at an early age.
No one's enforcing the age. No one's coming. If you rip the mattress, the label off your mattress, nobody's coming to get you.
Okay, this is nuts. Okay, you're a kid. You want to have fun. You sit down to play the game of life. Or I don't know, maybe a more babyish game, to use the term, like maybe Chutes and Ladders or something, and you're
Battleship.
You're like 12, but you can't play until you're 13.
Nope, not old enough. Not old
enough.
I'm
out.
Or if you were too old. Too old. No.
You're too old to play this game?
Too old to play this game.
He was enforcing these rules.
No, but
what did you just look at him like? What are you, nuts? I wonder where that starts out there. I'm going to be a rule follower. I know a lot of listeners out there are rule followers. I navigate within the rules, but if I do see an opening, I might go, whoa.
I think his rule following on as it relates to games, I think, was more on the latter. It was it's not appropriate for me to play yet. It would be because he was always very concerned about maturity, and therefore he was not going to play a game that was meant for babies. If it was meant for kids or someone, he was too old for it. He wasn't going to play it because somehow that would be considered like somehow a stain on his his character.
He had a rep back in 1970.
He had a rep back in the day.
Oh, he's got a rep now.
He thought he was thinking it.
Now, Valinor, let me ask producer Valinor. Valinor, would you bow out of a game that the age limits did not fit what age you were? Okay, Valinor's gone quiet.
No, I'll play whatever.
I gotta have to say that's a very detailed answer. I've got to really. All right, you play whatever. Okay, so that goes for video games as well. I don't know, video games. If it's like restricted or whatever they have. Do they have any adult warnings on video games anymore?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I got to think like Grand Theft Auto and right. I'm sure they all have labels on them.
Yeah, they go all the way up to extremely inappropriate.
Really? It says extremely inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
I mean, sure, there's video games where you can do just about anything you want, and some of that is not appropriate for all ages.
Really?
It's not only appropriate, it's extremely inappropriate. Oh, yeah, that extremely. I forget it. I was going to play.
Right, so Jerry is not going to play. Well, he might play. And then one more story to wrap up this initial Jerry segment. Another anecdote.
For me? Yeah, one of the early things that was kind of an oddity. This is for probably nobody that's on the call that will remember this. Back in the day, if you lived in New York or the Northeast, Carvel was a big. They were the big ice cream store, different than the ice cream man that would come around, whether it was Mr. Softy or Good Humor. But Carvel was the big pre-Baskin Robbins. That's where everyone got ice cream from. And they had a thing back in the 70s where you could buy, I don't know if it was seasonal, relative to when they had these things, but you could buy ice cream, and instead of it being in a cup, it came in a small baseball helmet, replica of a baseball helmet. And the idea, the thought behind it was you were going to collect all of the all the helmets of all the teams. So
and become 300 pounds.
Yes.
Although Jerry,
you're into sports, but that's what it was.
Point.
Right. Jerry would take it to one extreme. He would collect the helmets, but then he would then have basically this is pre WWE. He would have the helmets fight each other, and basically create a whole show around it where the Pirates and the Phillies helmets were gonna go head to head.
It would be like,
yeah, I was like, it's just like that.
He was having these battles between the Marvel helmets, the replicas of the baseball, like Phillies, San Francisco Giants. Cutter, are you doing that? Are you doing that, Cutter? And again, I don't want to be burned for talking about sports. We brought sports in there.
No. It's sports related. It's sports,
adjacent.
Tangented.
Yes, I like that. So that's. How do you people find this unusual? Why don't you chime in? I want to see your reactions. I'll cut this bit in a second if it's not working. I mean, but I think it's fascinating. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
He is. Yeah, Jerry is fascinating.
Yes. And Balinor, I've got to ask you, did you ever fight with inanimate objects? Any kind of toys or anything when you were a kid?
No.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm not the best at the I don't have the most interesting life. That's why I'm behind the scenes.
Wait, listen. The fact that you didn't play with them means you're very interesting. Because Jerry,
he's very interesting.
Well, I guess Jerry is interesting because we're talking about him on a podcast. But no, don't worry, you weren't nuts. That's why you didn't play with that stuff. Because no one had fights.
I wouldn't have thought of that. I was more protective of wanting to have no scratches or anything on any of the helmets I had. I would not think.
You were like a collector before they had collectors.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. If you could see my office here, it's just a giant museum of things that I've collected. And
yes,
my wife likes to say, I like to be surrounded by my things.
Don't we? I mean, I heard things. Say that's how I segue it. No, who doesn't? Look at me.
That's a callback. That's the callback. See how you did that?
I did that. What's Rollo said? Who didn't love hearing Tom Carell push his cookie or puss cake with his gravelly camel ravaged voice? That is a good quip. This is Tom Carell. Cookie or puss. And the other one was Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah, Fudgy the Whale was a big.
Yeah. They're talking about Vinny Vasilino, a.k.a. Vic. Could get him on the show, but he's kind of a shy type. He could never like banter, I don't think. He was part of that WSHR crew way back when.
He was. Technically an older friend even than you and I, right?
I remember Vinny Vasilino back in 4th, 5th grade. Well, we could talk about, I'll see. I'll reach out to him, as they say in the biz. Well, John, we've done an hour and 20 minutes. Can you believe this?
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know. I'm having a blast here. And we're going to do these shows once a week. I'm going to alternate guests because I know you don't have all the time in the world. I mean, you do have some time, and I'm really glad that you could come down into the studio. I mean, you could log on your phone and come here and shoot the shit with me. But I feel like an hour and 20 is like 20 minutes over, but we had a lot of content to get to, a lot of stuff to kind of feature, and we got other things coming in the next show. We're going to have prank phone calls. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. We're going to have applause. And I appreciate everybody joining us live, because live is a tricky thing. You want to watch TV, you want to do this, and you got to watch it live. But it's good that you're reacting to me, because that really is when you react to what me or John said or Ballinor said. I play off that. I need straight men. I need people to come up with funnier shit than I. Like the fact that Buford T. Puss's wife's casket may be in the Buford T. Puss museums. I thought that was a good one. That's a good bit. Wow. I mean, I don't know if it's a bit, and I don't know what world we can get away with that now. Matt Rillo says, Mad Dog Russo says, good spot. Good spot, Eddie. So I'd like to thank you, John Ballinor. You did a smash. You did a home run job here producing this potpourri of nonsense and, recent issues and things that are viral. Yeah. So with that, I'd like to say thank you for coming out once again, and I'll see you on episode number 2. Thank you, John Hill, for joining me, and thank you, Ballinor, and all you peoples. I'll see you on the other end of